What's good? It's your boy C-Rob. You already know what it is, Mr. 2 Raw. Shout out GFG TV. You are now tuned into GFG TV. Let's get it.
Right into episode 1. First off, we'd like to say thank you for sitting down with us here at GFG TV. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's about to be lit. I've been waiting on Cuz to get me on here, so it's good.
We will start off with, we kind of let everybody introduce themselves. And so what is your name and where are you from?
My name is C-Rob, and I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where it's cold. It's kind of just like Des Moines, but it's more of a big city. Like you can go out and find more stuff to do. It's more than just like, people think here, they think cornfields. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not what the case is in Des Moines, but Minnesota's lit.
Yeah.
Fuck with it, yeah.
Okay. So is that where you grew up?
Yes, and then all the way till I was about 11, and then I moved here with my mom, and I've been here ever since.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about growing up in Minnesota.
Minnesota is different. It's like the same but different. Like everything in the Midwest is pretty much like it goes hand in hand, but there's way more violence. So when I was growing up in Minnesota, it was like had to be in by street lights. It was more like old school rules. I couldn't go off my block, or my mom couldn't see me, stuff like that, because it was safety measures. Like it wasn't like she didn't want me outside, but it was like.
What area was you from in Minnesota?
So I'm from North Minneapolis, and that's by like Broadway and Lake Street, and it gets rough over there. So like if you got kids, I don't advise you getting them a bike or nothing to go play outside. You want to get them a game and keep them in the house as good as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rough neighborhood.
Yeah, every neighborhood around that area is a rough, like.
So could you talk about how you got to grow up at a time before to where you really were forced inside, right? You got to play outside to somewhat, but you still were encouraged.
Yeah, so I got to see a lot more.
Yeah.
So like they don't count it as a 90s baby, but I'm a 98 kid, so I count as a 90s baby. But like, so I'm on the end, but like I was definitely outside every day. I got all the scrapes and knees, elbows, everything you could imagine from being outside. Yeah. So I seen everything. I seen the good, the bad. I seen everything about Minnesota. Like it wasn't all bad, but like the area that I grew up in, it was hard to not see nothing if you're outside, and I was outside.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
What did your mother and father do for a living, and what was their names?
So, my dad wasn't really in my life. I don't really know. Like, I'm not even kidding when I tell you I don't know what my dad did for a living or occupation. I have no idea what my dad did.
What's his name?
Connell. And I'll tell y'all that later. But anyways, my mom, Kanika Nicole Stewart, that is my heart. She was there for everything. My mom broke her back trying to be both parents for me. So like everybody knows how that type of story is. Single mother doing her thing best she could, made me who I am. So I'm happy. And she always worked in insurance. So my mom's always had a job since she was 14 years old. She's never been unemployed. My mom's never had a break.
What are some of your best childhood memories?
Best childhood memories? I would say kicking it with my brothers, and then when I was growing up. Like, and we don't really get to talk no more because ever since I moved and like everybody's an adult now, people going through their own situations. But that was the best because that's what I'm saying, like that's when I was outside. So like I'm getting on the train now I'm getting older and starting to be able to move a little bit more. I got the cell phone now, you know what I'm saying, becoming a teenager, so it was lit. Because I was in Minnesota for part of that before I became a full adult, you know what I'm saying?
You said siblings. How many siblings do you got?
So I actually got I think I got like over 12.
Holy shit.
12 brothers and sisters total. No, not total, I'm lying. I got 11 sisters, but this is by my dad. I'm the only child by my mom.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I'm the only one that grew up in the house. But like, I got siblings everywhere because of my dad, so.
And have you met all of them? You know all of them?
I know of all of them, but I haven't met all of them. I've only met Kenzie, Kumari, Octavia, Janiqua, like the core, the ones that grew up in the house with my dad too. The rest of the kids that he don't even really know like that.
Where are they all based out of?
Which ones? The ones I just said?
Yeah, majority of them were. They all in Des Moines or Minneapolis? Okay.
Yeah, Minneapolis is the place, man. That's where all of our blood is really from. The little core family, yeah. Yeah.
Nice. So transition into Iowa. What was that like?
It was hard, I'm not gonna lie, because I've lived here before. Not that I remember much of it, but I do have a lot of strong memories from when I was like 3 and 4 when I lived here. Because I was born in Minnesota. Something happened with my mom and dad. He got arrested, went to prison or whatever. And she ended up coming here, trying to like get right with her family for like 2 years. Then I went back to Minnesota, came here. So it was a huge mix up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I wasn't happy to be here because I loved Minnesota so much. Like it was cool seeing family and all that here, but this was a place that I just planned on like visiting. You know what I'm saying? Then I ended up living here and I was like, damn, because it's just so different. Like even the clothes I got on and stuff, now I gotta order all this shit. I can't find it here.
Yeah.
To this day, yeah. And it's been like that since I moved here. So there's not much out here. So it was hard for me to transition from a big city to like small town areas. You know what I'm saying?
What schools did you go to in Iowa?
I went to Stillwell. Yeah, started at Stillwell. Then I went to Valley Southwoods, Valley for a year, graduated from Walnut.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah,
Very nice.
couldn't do Valley no more. She was a horrible experience.
You want to elaborate on that?
That was the first time I ever experienced like racism. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you grow up thinking it's not real or whatever because in my time, there's white kids, Indian, whatever you want to call it, outside playing with each other and it wasn't a problem. So when we learned about all this history about what used to be bad and what wasn't going right for us back in the day, I'm like, I'm not saying it wasn't real, but I was like, man, it ain't bad. Lil Timmy's cool. Like that's my homie, you know what I'm saying? But then I got to high school and seen how that's when you start thinking of a mind of your own and being who you are, and kids are different.
What kind of things did you deal with racism-wise in high school?
It was just like lame shit, like be a power outage or some shit. Like y'all see, I'm dark skinned, so like it'd be a power outage or some shit in the school. They, Chauncey, we can't see you type shit, talking right to me, or like it'd be like punishments where you do something with your homies. If you the only one out the group that's black, if for some reason you got some type of severe punishment, you got to get suspended, expelled, but they back in school the next day.
Right.
I transferred from Walnut, didn't even go to Valley no more, and I got my bag searched for guns and drugs because they had a riot there. That I'm not gonna say which race started, but you get what I'm saying.
Now, white people started.
Yeah.
I mean, we on GFG TV. We raw,
Yeah,
baby.
we say whatever the fuck we want here.
Okay,
Just because
so-
I'm white
so-
doesn't mean we fake.
I'm not trying to offend or do nothing. You know what I'm
We
saying?
raw, baby.
I'm unoffendable.
But yeah, so it was crazy. Like I just came in there getting ready for my bus, and I got 2 headphones in. I'm getting snatched up by the school police, the little security guard. They didn't even ask me if I had anything.
What grade was this, you said?
This 10th grade.
Okay.
So like, this 11th grade when I already left Valley, because I finished with Valley in 10th grade. So after that, I was like, oh yeah, like this is the reason why like I don't even be over here like this. And then everybody who defended themselves, and I said defend because they didn't start it and it was on camera, they all got arrested. The ones who started it were in school the next day.
That's racism.
I mean, yeah, and it was crazy. Like it was on the news. It was a little race war at school. Collarbones got broke. We had somebody who literally looked like they were scout, got their whole entire head like hair pulled out.
Jesus fuck.
Like it wasn't a game that day. And somebody decided to make a Twitter and an Instagram the night before talking about they're gonna do this and that with a list of African American names, and they just had pictures on us. My picture was even on there, and I didn't even go to Valley no more. So I was like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I got there, and when I got to school, I just heard the lunchroom roaring. Like I didn't hear that school be that loud for even a fucking assembly, and they were in there fighting. And I was going to school, so I still had to go to my school, you know what I'm saying? I left Valley that day, but when I came the next day and got searched and shit, I realized how serious this shit was. I'm like, damn. So it made you second guess wanting to be cool with anybody that,
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's tough, and that's tough to have that drawn upon you for no reason. You know, you didn't. There's nothing that you asked for that, and then that falls in your lap, and then now you have to be suspicious of something that you should never have to be suspicious of.
Yeah, and it's just, it was shocking, like I said, because it's just like, damn, now I'm like turning 15, 16, whatever age I was, and I'm like, damn, like this how y'all think and we're becoming adults? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like this is how your mind is
Being
formed into, like this is who you're becoming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, like I gotta move around the right way, you know what I'm saying? Like even lost friendships over that shit, different beliefs and who was right, wrong. It's cool though. It is what it is, you know?
Violence is never right.
Yeah. But people who just, even the people who didn't do nothing but agree with the other shit that was okay,
That's rough. Yeah.
can't fuck with you either.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an experience, man.
So who would you consider some of your best friends during your high school era? Who were some of your road dogs coming up with it? Maybe even middle school.
So I say, I got my homie Michael, who I still talk to this day.
Shout him out, Michael who?
Michael Perry. Everybody in Des Moines knows Michael, so I'm not gonna say for what, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hide your bitch, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, look. So yeah, I got my homegirl Kenzie. That's like not even my homegirl. That's my brother. That's my sister. I just got off the phone with him earlier. He coming to the spot later. I don't talk to my sister much anymore, but it's still love. It's no, I don't fuck with you or nothing like that. We see each other as hugs, shake up, how you doing? My homie Goonie, and shout out Queen Kenzie too. She makes music. You guys can go check that out. Look up Queen Kenzie music.
You're familiar.
And Goonie, he makes music as well. And that was the first person that I had my first actual project with, like a first like mixtape or whatever you want to call it. That was the first person that I ever did something with and really locked in and started going to the studio. Like, if it wasn't for him, really, like, I wouldn't even be like a full-on rapper. I'd just be a dude trying to freestyle with you at the parties. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it. He really pushed me to want to rap. And we don't talk at all no more. Certain circumstances happen, but like I said, it's no hate for him either. Like, I want everybody to prosper. Like, I got a table, I gotta eat it. I just don't want to see you eat at mine. You feel me? But it's still love. My homie Bubba, we got a weird ass relationship, but like I don't give a fuck how you feel about whatever. That's my nigga. You feel me? Like we probably never gonna talk again for like 20 years over some dumbass, over some petty ass little shit too. But like that's my nigga. Still got love for him. And really, that was all I hung out with in high school. Like I got other people that I was like, but that was my group. You know what I'm saying? Like I lived with them. Like they lived in my house. If I'm kicked out, I'm coming to bro's crib. Like bro, I need a place to stay. They all sleeping in my crib. There's a time where I had one of them, they ass in a tub, one in the closet, one under my bed, and my mom didn't even know they were in the house. Cause my mom wasn't for none of that shit. So every night I had my homies in my room sleep for us to go to school so that they got somewhere to sleep cause it's wintertime. And they would do the same shit for me. So those are my boys. And the fact that they did that shit for me, that's the reason why it's never gonna be no like, oh, I don't fuck with you, no matter what happened. Cause falling out over money and dumb shit and hoes and all that weird shit, that shit don't even matter at the end of the day. But those are my niggas. Those are my niggas in high school. We was definitely fucking shit up.
In high school, who was you listening to? What was the popular music? What was the wave musically in high school?
See, I was weird as hell in high school, so like I didn't go with the wave. So I didn't know what
I was talking about for you.
But that's what I'm saying. So like y'all gonna be shocked too, but like I was listening to fuck out of Hopsin.
Yeah.
I was listening to
Hopsin got mad fucking bars.
Hopsin's dope as
fuck. But I'm saying like as far as when people hear my music now, they'll be like, what? Like you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, how'd you get, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm listening to I'm listening to Kendrick. That's when he dropped that fucking Control verse. I don't know if y'all remember that shit when he was calling out all the rappers and shit. I was like, oh shit.
Kendrick's nice.
And then I was listening to Underachievers, a whole lot of the Beast Coast era. Everybody who is into like opening their pineal gland and their third eye and being woke and whatever y'all want to call it, they know about that group. That group changed my life as a teenager. Just the reason why it kept me on a good path so I can be where I'm at today, listening to music like that. And then I'm listening to a little bit of mainstream too around then, like I think this one, Tyga was popping a little bit still. I think, Tyga was popping. I'm listening to Future. Ace Hood was still popping. That hustle, that shit was popping. So I had a mix. Like I'm listening to Tyler the Creator. Like anybody who was just had that shit a little bit or could rap, because it was more about bars that time.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking with it. Like that's what I was into. Like you heard me only say 2 mainstream rappers. I was fucking with the underground niggas who were going crazy.
What about the first concert you ever attended?
Kirko Bangz. That shit was crazy too.
Where was it at?
I think it was at Woolies. Yeah, it was at Woolies. And I'm just realizing that now because I'm looking at the stage and shit in my head. Like I think it was exactly Woolies.
Right.
And it was my first time ever I'm like 14, 13 trying to get into a bar and shit. They drinking in there. But they let me get in there because I'm like, bro, this Kirko, bro. Like, you gotta let me get in, bro. Like, that around the time he was a hot nigga too. So I'm like, You gotta let me in the club.
Drinking
My mom
my cup,
already.
nigga.
That's what bro, I was playing that shit so much because I was making my mom sick, nigga. She said, turn that shit on.
Drinking my
It's the
cup.
8th time you didn't play that shit.
Oh,
No
yeah.
more. I'm like, yo. Then after his show, we was kicking it with this nigga for like 2 hours just freestyling. And right outside the show, like he was stayed outside of Woolies waiting on his ride and shit. And he wasn't that famous yet, so like he was comfortable. Like, and this wasn't when motherfuckers was doing weird shit and trying to reach for rappers' chains and I don't know. Like it was cool. And we had a drunk nigga outside. I remember playing like fucking guitar, bro. This nigga had no teeth and he was playing like hip hop beats on a guitar though. It was the craziest shit I ever heard. I wish I could find somebody to do that shit again because I've never heard nobody do that before. He was making beats on the guitar though. Right. Like it was hip hop beats. And we was sitting there rapping with Kirko for a minute. It was me and Queen Kenzie. She took me to my first concert. Yep. And she paid for that shit too. Yeah. She took me to my first show. And she took me right after that, the next day, she paid and shot, had somebody shoot my first music video for me.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So that was my homie. That was around them times, man. That's when that shit was lovely.
So it's still in the high school era. What type of TV shows was you into at that time?
I think I was into. I'm a kid, so y'all can laugh.
Absolutely,
whatever, you know
that's
what
we need to know.
I was listening.
We want to know about you, not about somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? I'm listening. I'm looking at Johnny Test. That nigga's funny with the little orange hair. Yeah. I'm watching Scooby Doo still. All the cartoon shit like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I'm watching all that shit. Courage was one of my favorites. Courage is the reason why for my music too. Like just the whole aesthetic of the dark shit, them being in the field and all the. He gotta save the day all the time. There's weird monsters and shit. I used to get a crazy rush from watching that shit when I was a kid. 'Cause it was like a cartoon horror type shit. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. But I was watching everything that was popping. Like I was a cartoon fanatic. I was even fucking with Nickelodeon a little bit too. Like what was popping though in high school on Nickelodeon? I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. Victorious was hard. The little singing show with the everybody knows her as Ariana Grande now. I don't listen to her music or nothing, but like she used to play this girl named Kat and shit on the show. If you didn't watch it, you don't know, but that shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? That shit was lit. And the fucking cartoon 16. I don't know if that's what the name exactly was, but that shit was busting. That was my favorite show because I was turning into a teenager, so I'm like, this shit lit.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna start going to the movies with all these bitches doing all this shit. I'm gonna be lit.
What would you say was some of your favorite movies back then? You know what I'm sizzling?
I only like horror
movies.
And I know that sounds crazy and sick or whatever, but like I only fuck with horror. And it's funny to me. Like it sounds fucked up, but like that's when I be seeing people get sliced up and shit. They be doing all the fake screams and shit. I be dying. Like that shit don't make me jump or nothing. I be like, damn, like you seriously get chopped off. Like what the fuck? Like that's my reaction. So I've been horror since I was like 6. I'm talking about ain't no jumping or nothing. I'm like 4 years old in front of the TV just watching it.
What are some of the movies that you recall watching?
Love Jason. Even though it's corny now, you know what I'm saying? Like when you rewatch it now, it's like, damn.
It's never corny, nigga.
Cause it feels different though when you watch it though. Cause when you're younger, you like, oh, you might jump a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But now you just staring at it like, damn, like.
There's still no nostalgia there.
But my favorite is Candyman.
Candyman is
that's my shit. That still makes me like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, that shit still gives me chills. I be scared to go to sleep and shit after. What else? I always fucked with the whole Freddy series. Even when they were like bad quality and everything, like when he had the little fake arms and shit walking. Yeah, I fucked with all of them. I don't care. So yeah, all the horror shit, like the Mist, the Fog, the Birds. Anything that was horror
shit right there.
And all the Bruce Lee movies and shit. That was my shit too when I was growing up. I love watching the fighting movies. Those are my main like two. I didn't really get into no other genres until I got older really. So that's all I've been watching. Like I still gotta go back and watch shit that people been saying was a hit and was a classic. Cause if it wasn't horror, I was like, instantly. Yeah.
Definitely. Something outside of horror, I would say older would be like Idiocracy. That's a good one.
Yeah, like some like little kind of comical, just different type of
satirical. That's a good one. That's good though. So, for movies wise, would you have a top movie of all time?
Top movie of all time. Ooh. That's hard because now I'm picking through different categories and shit.
You could put a few out. You could put a 5 out.
Okay, so for horror, it don't matter which one. Just Candyman. Like that's that's the number one.
What you think of the newest one?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a dude. I don't know what that shit's called when they got the holes and shit. Like some people don't. They don't know what I'm talking about. But like on Instagram and Facebook, they be showing pictures of like holes in people's feet or like their body and shit.
Yeah.
And some people got like some weird like phobia with it, and it don't make me feel weird. I be like whatever about it.
My wife got that shit.
But when I seen that shit in the fucking bees coming out and shit, I was like, bro, like, nigga, like, come on, bro. Like, I was like, nigga, and then he just started peeling his. Remember, he started picking. I was like, folks, stop picking your face, like, bro. I was like, I can't, bro. Like that shit. Like, I just felt like it was me. Like my shit just started tingling and shit. I'm like, bro, I can't
It
with that shit.
you on a physical level.
Yeah, because I'm like, why you? If you see it, it's cool. Like you see a nigga get shot or something. I don't know what type of motherfuckers be watching shit, but I've seen shit in my life. You see a motherfucker get shot or stabbed, whatever. Now you see the nigga start pulling the bone out and do nigga. It's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm shaking and shit. Like, hell no, I can't fuck with that. And then I got my favorite movie of all time though, like over all of them to be real, is fucking this horror movie called Hostile. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but they're like going off into like a different country and shit, trying to party with bitches and shit. And yeah, and like, you seen the part where, you know what I'm talking about, cuz? Bruh, he sliced the nigga's Achilles tendons and let him go.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you on?
Yeah.
Nigga, you should have just killed me. Like, bro, what you mean? Yeah, you can slide now. Nigga, every step he took, the shit was detached. I was like, bro, can't do it, bro.
Yeah.
I've watched that movie probably like 100 times, and every time that part comes up, I be just staring at the TV like, God damn, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Hell no. Like, that shit got my ankles tingling right now.
That's fun.
But those are my favorite movies, yeah. All the fucked up ones. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's dope. So, do you got top 5 for that? Do you have a favorite movie outside of the horror genre?
Training Day.
Hello.
Friday. And now that I'm older, I really don't know which one's the funnier one out of the first two. Because they always talk about Chris Tucker versus Epps.
Yeah, Mike.
And I really don't. I used to think Chris Tucker was funnier, but now that I watch it, I think Mike Epps got him.
I think you're
you
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Basing it just off pure funnier.
Yeah.
I think Mike Epps is funnier.
He got it.
But
character-wise, maybe.
I think the first one, Chris Tucker, man, it just went so good. He was goofy, man. It's that whole character, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that whole
it's legendary. Yeah,
and how he talked and shit. Yeah. You know, everybody was talking like Smokey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
And there's this other movie too that's funny. Fuck, what is this shit called? It's with the fat dude that played in The Hangover. The weird fat dude that wanted to do the blood like brother shit and all the like, you know what I'm talking about? He got punched by Mike Tyson too.
The Hangover.
Yeah. Everybody gonna know who I'm talking about. I'm forgetting the actor though. It's a.
His name is.
Zach Galifianakis. Is that he? That got punched by Mike Tyson? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think it was the bigger dude.
Zach Galifianakis.
I'm not sure if that's his name. I don't even know.
That's the guy that got punched by him. Yeah, he does the Between Two Ferns now. Like he has his own little series and shit. I'm pretty sure you're talking about Zach.
And he has a beard, like a bigger dude.
Is it the dude that?
He's not fat as hell, but like he's bigger.
Yeah, and he was who let the dogs out?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that dude be having me rolling. He's in like 4 of my favorite different movies, but I don't know the name of them. Like I'm watching them play in my head right now too.
Yeah.
Like it was a movie where like he was with a dude that was I think he was having a baby or some shit.
And they're driving, he got him banned off the plane.
Bro,
right?
yes, bro. What the fuck is it called? That's my shit. That shit's so damn funny.
It's not a roach. What's this? I can't remember what it is.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
He takes him into Mexico and shit.
On God, bro. And the fucking dog starts jacking off and shit in the back. I'm like, bro, what's going on, bro?
That's how he sleeps.
Yeah, that's what he said. I was like, this weird ass nigga. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
It's the Iron. He's with Iron Man. The dude that plays Iron Man. What the fuck's his name?
Bro, yeah, it is the dude that plays Iron Man.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah,
I call that nigga Tony Starks. I know that ain't his name, but you know what I'm saying. Once you star in a movie, if you ever star in a movie and you play the shit out of role, that's your name from me now on. Like I don't even care if I know your shit. Like you, like Samuel L. Jackson, I'll give it to him. That's he a real nigga. I got to call him Samuel. You know what I'm saying? But that's sad, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's sad, nigga. Not finna call you nothing else.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite movies, like that I'll never forget for some reason. Like I've seen so many movies, but those ones were like I'll keep watching them over and over again. Yeah.
So what would you say is your introduction into hip hop?
It's crazy as hell, but my mom.
Yeah.
And I hate giving her that credit too, because if she ever watched this shit, she gonna be like, he finally said it. Like, get your way ass on, man. She definitely put me on. Like, we were in the car bumping, like, I remember Ready to Die. That was my mom's favorite album. Like, I knew Biggie's shit word for word. And my mom kind of liked Tupac, but she was a Biggie fan, like, over everything. I was listening to Rakim and them, Big L. Who else is some old heads that like my mom really fucked with? Mobb Deep.
She seemed like she'll love some Cube.
Cube too, which is crazy because like Cube, I see him more like he's like a mogul to me now. Like he just got it all. You feel me? Like acting and just he putting people on still, and he got record labels, and so I don't know. Like that's my mom never really. My mom's just now getting into like new age music, so like around the time, like all the way till I was like old enough to get my own computer and search up shit, it was all old school hip hop.
Absolutely.
Like it was straight old school hip hop, nothing else.
What was some of your favorites from the old school hip hop you was exposed to?
My favorite was Biggie.
Yeah.
And it's because like, I'm not saying he wasn't, I don't know him like personally, but like, it's the fact that like he was telling stories about shit that he saw, and I feel like that's what a lot of people be doing now, and a lot of people don't want to admit that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like we're supposed to be poets, and we're doing art, so you're supposed to make a picture, you're supposed to paint it and make it vivid for people to play in their head however they want it to be. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people act like the shit that they talk about now, especially the way music is now, that they're doing everything that they say that they're. You know what I'm saying? And that misguides a lot of people who are a lot younger than us.
Let's touch on that a little bit. How do you feel about that? Like, nowadays you got people out here saying, "Oh, I don't respect your raps because you're not doing what you're saying you're doing." In a sense, are we supposed to incriminate ourselves on a record? How far do you take that in your music?
Everything has a balance. So like me, I'm the type of nigga where like you can choose however you want. Whatever my song meant to you, that's your belief or whatever the case may be. Because one thing I'm not gonna do is ever try to get loud with somebody or any type of confrontation while on the internet or like in the eye of other people.
I'm saying, but if we listen to a C-Rod record and you on there talking about knocking motherfuckers out, toting the 30 and this and that, if we see you in real life, are you gonna be knocking motherfuckers out, toting the 30?
But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I mean though. Everything has a balance. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not gonna do shit until I'm touched or grabbed. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about, saying, and
I guess what I'm asking you is are your raps?
So my raps are
are you just rapping, or you know what I'm saying? How serious are you taking it?
And what I'm telling you is my rap is whatever y'all want it to be.
Okay, I can dig it.
You get what I'm saying?
Good enough.
But 9 times out of 10, I'm talking about shit that it's been done.
Okay.
You can't even incriminate me for whatever the fuck the case may be, or
right.
It's already been happened. It's done and over with. Like, but that was just to get to here. So ain't no point of even doing that shit no more. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it because I lived it. You know what I'm saying? Or because even if I didn't live it, I was around it.
Absolutely.
And you can pick and choose which one you think I was. That's fine with y'all. Not gonna incriminate myself, you know what I'm saying? But that shit is, like I said, it's just like a balance. Like, I spit hard shit. I like hard music, so I'm gonna make hard music. Now, do I believe that...
What would you classify your music under?
My music is real music.
For that, you're gonna have to tune into episode 2.